game in the Big Apple on San Antonio Sports Leader 1250 ESPN San Antonio. Powered by the Low T Center, Buffalo Wild Wings, and AA Best Bail Bonds.
It is the Blitz 1250 ESPN San Antonio in New York City on Radio Row. Along with Datwin, I'm Jason Minix. Houston Texans tight end Owen Daniels joining us now. And Owen, so many things to talk about, injuries, coaching changes. When we talked to you at training camp, you told us you wanted to become a weatherman. Yeah. Can you do something about this weather? I know you're from Wisconsin, but this weather is killing me, man.
We're going to warm it up for the weekend, man. We're going to get it a little warmer for you, so it won't be too miserable when you walk back outside.
And wanting to be a weatherman, and on TV this morning, you're hanging out with Al Roker. I mean, you're really serious about your meteorology.
Yeah, I got my degree in atmospheric and oceanic science from Wisconsin, and I'm just trying to build some relationships with people in the weather industry, and it was really awesome experience being able to go on with Al Roker and talk some weather with him. Such a nice guy, and he's the man out there.
Oh, when you think about being a meteorologist, how could football transform or help you to become a better meteorologist?
Well, you know what? If I could find the right niche when I'm done, I'm a player that obviously knows a little bit more about weather than the average player, I would say. And I've played in just about every weather condition out there. So as far as what fans want to know, how any type of weather is going to affect a player, what kind of adjustments need to be made, whether it's pregame, during the game, strategy. There's a lot of stuff involved, and fantasy football is huge, and that can affect numbers when it comes to your time during the week. So depending on who you have playing, so I'm just gonna keep building relationships and see what we can do with it.
But you think about that. Being a football player, you have to be perfect on every snap. Weathermen, you kind of get the pass, more like a baseball player. A baseball player hitting 300, which is 3 out of 10, is considered. Right? Yeah, exactly. But as a weatherman, you could be wrong a lot and still keep your job.
Yeah, it's kind of like baseball. Yeah, be a Hall of Famer.
But not like football. Although you've got to be careful though, because I could see you, and you got to work this with your agency. Some network's going to hire you as an NFL analyst, but then make you do double duty and do forecasting as well. So you're actually going to have to work it in so you get paid for both jobs.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah,
you can't. I'll double dip on them. That's cool.
It's all about leverage.
Yeah.
Owen Daniels, Houston Texans tight end, joining us here on the Blitz. And Owens, there's a lot of stuff that went on this past season. Unfortunately, I think a lot of us were anticipating, Jason, and a lot of us here in San Antonio predict that you guys were going to be here in New York playing against Seattle Seahawks. And I know there's a lot of things that I don't know where to start here, but just with you, health-wise, where are you at? And the injury for you to be on the bench and not being out there, how hard was that to watch?
First and foremost, my leg's great, 100%. It's like it never happened. So
that's great.
Feel good in that respect. And it was tough to watch. I couldn't be out there helping those guys out in any way. And all it was me, trying to help out the younger guys. Seeing what I saw on the sidelines and just trying to give them some perspective on it. But it was tough, man, because everyone worked so hard and really grinded out the whole season. And there was no ever giving up. We played so many close games and just couldn't find a way, to get over the top. And obviously injuries played a role. We had some, key components, go down during the season, and that obviously doesn't help the situation. So there's a lot of factors that went into it, but it's mind-blowing that the season went the way it did.
Well, it is, and, I did predict in the preseason Seattle and Houston in the Super Bowl, so I half right. Yeah, but, I mean, for the wheels to come off the way it did, and I guess being hurt, you were kind of inside, but, with an injured player, they're kind of outside. I mean, what was it like during that process? Matt Schaub going through what he went through, then with Gary Kubiak, and just so many close games, and you just 14 straight is hard to do. I mean, you'd think you would trip into a win or two.
Exactly. We didn't think we'd lose 2 games in a row this year, and we ended up dealing with what we dealt with. And obviously the quarterback situation was something that was tough to deal with. The back and forth of that. Coop getting fired, that was tough. 3 games left in the season. It just seemed like there was some things that were going on that we were quick to make decisions on, and maybe if we'd ride it out a little bit more, it would have been a different situation. So But, decisions were made, and we went with them, and we supported that as best we could. And, it was tough, man. It was really tough not to be able to get over the hump and just get that losing taste out of our mouth.
Two-time Pro Bowler Owen Daniels joining us here on the Blitz, and you're talking about let's move on, and you said, okay, changes were made, and they were made. Bill O'Brien comes in as a new head coach. He's basically bringing in a new culture, changing really a clean slate. And when you watch Bill O'Brien coming in, what he did with the Gronk and Aaron Hernandez up there in New England, you got to be excited.
I'm very excited. I was lucky to play in Coach Kupiak's offense that was so tight end friendly, and Bill O'Brien's offense is it's same thing. Obviously maybe doing a little bit different stuff, but they use their tight ends a lot. He I guess from what I hear, he's very hands-on in terms of coaching his tight ends. So I'm looking forward to that experience. Looking forward to learn from him and improve my game that way.
Have you talked to him much? As we visit with Owen Daniels here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio.
Yeah, I have run into him a couple times at the stadium. So I was looking for him that first week that he got hired, and just wanted to introduce myself and say hi and shake his hand. So got to do that. Can't talk any X's and O's right now, but you can tell he's just right off the bat meeting him. He's an intense guy and a very team-oriented perspective on things.
Well, and you say team-oriented perspective. From what I understand, and the facility was fantastic, and you go into the cafeteria and you got those huge pictures of everything. From what I understand, he took all those down. And it's all about the team, no individuals. I mean, how different is it when you walk into the facility now?
It's different. I think it'll be a little bit more different in a couple months because they always take the pictures down. They give them to the players because they got to put new pictures up for the next season. So when there's no pictures up in April, that'll be a little bit different. And there's already some plaques around, team-oriented plaques, team first, which is it's a great mentality to have. The best teams have that mentality. The teams that are most successful. So looking forward to everything that he has to bring to us.
So I was in the transition as well when I had played, and the head coach came in, Bill Parcells. Have you reached out to any of his players that for New England Patriots or anybody that just pick their brain about Bill O'Brien?
You know what? I haven't, and that's a good idea though. Yeah.
I see your wheels turning now. Hey, who can I call?
Exactly.
Going through the Rolodex.
Who could I talk to? But I think I'll get a pretty good feel for things and what their direction is and what they want to do. Offensively, defensively, everything. Just the mentality of our team. Come April.
Owen Daniels with us here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. I'm going to put you on the spot, Owen. I know you're not, and I don't want the whole, well, that's Rick Smith, Bob McNair, Coach Bill O'Brien's answer, but as a tight end, would you want Johnny Manziel, Teddy Bridgewater, Blake Bortles with that number one pick, or do you think they should go with a defensive guy?
I've been saying
no cliche.
I've been saying all along I would pick a defensive player to put a Clowney, if we can't get Antonio Smith back alongside J.J. Watt, can't get I don't know the guy's name, the linebacker, UCLA,
Anthony Barr,
next to Cushing. I mean, that could be something scary to look at from an offensive perspective. So, and having a young quarterback is tough. You're almost building in a couple years before you're going to get to where you want to get to. So, we'll see what they do. If we take a defensive player, are they gonna go try to trade for somebody? Or are they gonna get a vet? Or are they gonna take a quarterback later on?
It's a great cliche, non-cliche answer.
Interesting. You know what? I like that Bortles kid, and I like this kid out of Eastern Illinois.
Capolio, yeah.
And, I actually have an ex-teammate from Wisconsin who was the OC there, and super high-powered offense, and he's a big kid, prototypical size, everything, pocket passer, threw the ball a lot there. So actually, I watched their playoff game when they had him on TV in that tournament. So I like those two guys. Owen
Daniels here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. Enjoy the weekend. I know it's cliche to say you wish you were playing in this one, but I know you're here doing some good things. You got your foundation, everything that's going on, and next year it'll be different when we're down there in Houston.
No question, man.
Just like Kansas City, right? Just like Kansas City a year ago. They're in the playoff this year.
Exactly.
2-14.
Yeah. We got the pieces.
Yes,
we're going to put it together.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys.